Hey, welcome to Kaspa Daily Pulse. Here's what the Kaspa community's been buzzing about today. First up, the big mood check. Frustration in the short term, but conviction is still very much alive. A lot of the chatter circled around Kaspa feeling weak while other things were pumping, with people openly complaining that Kas was acting up relative to the rest of the market. At the same time, others pushed back and pointed out Kaspa is still up roughly 40% from the February lows, compared with lower moves mentioned for Sol, ETH, and BTC. So the vibe today was basically, yes, people are annoyed, but no, they're not giving up. Second, there was a pretty loud backlash against Kaspa-adjacent influencers drifting into Tau and especially Qubic. That came up more than once. The tone was pretty blunt. People were calling Qubic a scam, mocking comparisons between it and Kaspa, and saying that if a project spends more time starting feuds than building, that's a red flag. So, if you're trying to read the room, the community sentiment there was clear. A lot of Kaspa holders do not want the brand diluted by what they see as hype-chasing side narratives.
Third, macro fear was hanging over the chat all day. Iran, Trump, markets, Bitcoin possibly dropping. That whole cloud was everywhere in the background. You could feel people trying to figure out whether Kaspa weakness was really about Kaspa or just broader market nerves. The takeaway? Most people seem to think the wider market, and especially BTC, still has a huge influence on near-term Kaspa price action, even if the long-term believers hate admitting it. Fourth, there was still that classic Kaspa long-game energy. Even with all the pain, people kept coming back to the same idea. Stack more, wait longer, and trust the thesis. One person said they'd hold for another decade if needed. Another said Kaspa might still be the only real hope for pushing peer-to-peer finance forward. That's a pretty interesting split. On one side, people saying crypto got captured by scammers and bankers, and on the other, people saying Kaspa may be the one chain that still has a shot to push the original mission forward. And finally, small but notable, Kaspathon came up a couple of times, with people saying the winner was a cool project and asking whether others had checked the winners yet. No deep breakdown was shared, but it definitely registered as one of the more legit, builder-focused topics in the middle of all the price noise. That's it for today's Pulse. Let's see what tomorrow brings. Catch you then.